Hello, everybody. Welcome to Grid 984. We got some interesting players today. First, Houston and Pittsburgh. Most people are going to think Cole. I'm going back a little bit further. I'm going Jerry Royce, a really good left-handed pitcher, especially when he was with Houston and the Dodgers. Next, for Pittsburgh and the Mets, I got to go with Vogelback, even though he's not the most obvious choice. Same with Pittsburgh and the Cubs. Now I do have to use the most obvious choice because he's the only guy I can think of, and it's Aramis Ramirez, and that's going to cost us a few points, but that's better than missing one, right? Atlanta, Houston. And I've got a really good one from the 1970s, one of my favorite players of the mid-70s, Jimmy Wynn. The guy could really hit, a little guy, but what power. In the middle square, Joe Torre, played for both the Mets and the Braves. And for the Cubs, you got Suter, you got Maddox. I'm going with Gary Matthews. They called him the Sarge. When you pick him, you've got to be careful because there's another Gary Matthews, his son, so you got to get the right one. Next, we go to the top line first baseman from Houston. There's a ton of them. I'm going with Art Howe, best known as the manager of the Moneyball A's. For the Mets, I put Lee Mazzilli in there because he was a backup first baseman outfielder and backed up Keith Hernandez. And then finally, Pete Lecoq. His dad was Peter Marshall from the Hollywood Squares. And Pete Lecoq was most famous for Bob Gibson hit him in an old-timers game because Pete Lecoq hit a home